Good morning, everyone. Glad to have y'all with us this morning. If you look down at the pinned comment section, I told we're going to be on week 4, page 6, where we left off at on Monday. Week 4, page 6, please. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Blake. Happy for you to join us, sir. Mr. Herb, Sean, Elizabeth. Good morning, Miss Blyther. Good morning, DeMarcus. Once again, we're on week 4, page 6. This is where we left off at on Monday. Good morning, Genesis. Randy. Glad to have y'all with us this morning. Week 4, page 6, talking about probability on the scale. So this morning, we're going to do a lot of skipping around in the package. We're going to stay in week 4, though, but we're going to do a lot of skipping around because some of the work asks you to play a dice game. That'll be very difficult for us to do while we're on live. So we're going to skip through some of that. But I will like you guys to still try the game at home on your own if you have a pair of dice. If not, it is okay. Also, please make sure you are logging onto Clever, going to Edulastic to do your exit ticket. Okay? It is on Clever, then Edulastic. Looking for the one that says Math Exit Ticket 420. Today, you will have one that will say Math Exit Ticket 422. Okay? Please make sure those are being completed. Also, make sure you are please sending pictures of your work to either myself, Miss Felice, or Mr. Winley. Okay, that is very important. All right. Some of you, I do appreciate you joining the live and participating. I really do. But please understand that the majority of your grades will come from you submitting your work, not just you joining the live. Okay. Please make sure you understand that. The majority of your grades will come from you submitting your work, not just joining the live. All right. Now, looking at this page I have on the board here right now, okay? All right. It says probability scale, okay? I want you to read up. Well, I will read the directions myself, okay? And then I want you to try to do it on your own. The direction says solve each question in the space provided. Be sure to show all work. The figure below shows the probability scale. So you have a scale below here, right? And on that scale, you have 0, which is impossible. Then you have unlikely. The halfway point is equally likely to occur or not occur. Then you have a likely point, and then you have certain. What they're asking you to do right here is read number 1, and then all 4 events they give you, and place the letters on one of those points. Decide where each event will be located on the scale above. Place the letter for each event in the appropriate place on the probability scale. So event 1, we can do it together, okay? Event 1 says it will start raining gumdrops on the way home from school. Now, we all know that's not possible. It will never start raining gumdrops on the way home from school. So for letter A or event A, you will place that above the impossible, okay? Where it says right here, impossible, you will write a letter A right here because that's impossible. Yes, it is unlikely to happen, but it is very impossible to happen, okay? So for letter A here, event A, you're just going to write an A right here above impossible, okay? So now I want you to take like 30 seconds to read choices B, C, and D, all right? And when you read choice event B, you're going to place it above either unlikely, equally likely to occur or not occur, likely or certain. And no, you cannot use the same one twice, okay? Each letter must be placed on its individual point on the scale. All right. Please, once again, do not put the answers in the comment section until you are asked. Thank you. Good morning, Ebony. Glad to have you with us. We're on week 4, page 6 for those who are just joining us. Week 4, page 6. We are completing the probability scale. Give you about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to complete this together. Good morning, Miss Jackson. Bag chasing Lonnie. All right, so the next event, letter B. It says uneven number will be chosen from a bag containing items numbered through 1 through 20. In the comment section, I want you to type in the comment section, where did you place letter B? Did you place it under above unlikely? Did you place it over the 1/2 point? Did you place it over likely, or did you place it over certain? We're only referring to letter B. So I got 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. Okay, that is correct. Good job. That is correct. Good job. Because remember, it says an even number. So 1 through 20, there's an even number, even numbers. And I'm sorry, there's an even number of even numbers, and then there's also an even number of odd numbers. Okay, you have about 10 odd numbers, 10 even numbers. All right, so it will be equally likely to occur or not occur. That is correct. All right, so right there, we're done with letter B. So please stop responding for letter B. Moving on to letter C. Type in the comment section, where did you put letter C? Letter C says, I will roll a composite number on a 6-sided number cube with size number 1 through 6. All right, if you look down in the notes, it tells you there are 2 composite numbers, 4 and 6, on a 6-sided number cube. That means 2 out of the 6 possible numbers are compositive, making the probability less than half. Less than half. Less than half. So for letter C, where would you place it on the probability scale? Ebony, week 4, page 6. All right, that is correct. Unlikely. That is absolutely correct. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Moving on to the last choice, letter D. Letter D says a letter chosen from the alphabet is a consonant. The note says 21 of the 26 letters in the alphabet are consonants, which means the probability is greater than half, because we're talking about 21 out of 26. So for letter D, would you place it under likely, or would you place it over certain? That is the only thing. Those are the only 2 choices we have left. Good morning, Miss McDuffie. Glad to have you with us. Would you place it over likely or certain? Everyone saying it's likely. Okay, with that I do agree. Okay, with that I do agree. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. It will be likely. Okay, it will be likely. So probability, understand what that actually means, okay? Now we're going to go on over to page 7. Please go over to page 7, which is the next page. Let me blow this up some. We just moved on to page 7. That is where we at. Okay. So let me read the directions to you because I want you to complete page 7. Well, I'm sorry, number 2 by yourself. The direction says, a shape will be randomly drawn or picked out from the box shown below. This is the box they are referring to with the shapes, okay? Decide where each event would be located on the probability scale. Then place the letter for each event on the appropriate place on the probability scale. So the same thing we just did, okay? I just blew the screen up so you can see the shapes and all good. But down here is your probability scale, okay? Which is the same thing we just did on page 6. All right? So what I want you to do is, before you start working these out, okay, I want you to create a fraction or a ratio. So for letter A, event, it's a circle is drawn. When we look in the box, do we see any circle here? No, we do not. So besides letter A, I want you to write a 0 because there's no circles drawn. All right. For letter B, I want you to give me a fraction. It said a square is drawn. How many squares do we see in this here box here? How many squares do we see in the box? Correct. 4, right? Now, the number that you see is going to represent your numerator. Okay? Now, your denominator is going to be represented by how many shapes are in the box. So, can someone tell me in the comment section how many shapes are in this box? How many shapes are in the box? Nine, right? So for square, my fraction would be 4 over 9. Okay? For a square, my fraction would be 4 over 9. All right? Now, can someone give me a fraction for a star? Give me the fraction for a star. Give me a fraction for a star. Ebony said 1 over 9. That is correct. Genesis said 1 over 9. So good job, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now for letter D, it says a shape that is not a square is drawn out of the box. What would be the fraction for letter D? Letter D says a shape that is not a square. A shape that is not a square. That is not a square. So remember, we have 9 total shapes. Okay? 4 of them are squares. So that leaves how many that are not squares? Y'all let Miss McDuffie give me the correct answer first. Come on now, we gotta get right now. We can't be y'all can't let Miss Duffy outdo y'all. Ebony, Sean, Braceface Mia, I think that's Miss Bagley. So good job, Miss McDuffie. I'm gonna make sure I give you some live school points. My fraction will be 5 over 9. Okay, 5 over 9. So what I want you to do now is go down to the scale. Let me make this smaller again. Go down to the scale. Okay? Go down to the scale. And then I want you to label where each event will take place. Label where each event will take place. I want you on the probability scale here now. I want you to label what each event will take place. So for event A, we had 0, a circle is drawn. So we all know that event A will be what? If it's 0, there's no possibility, which means it will be impossible. So your letter A will go here over impossible. Okay? All right. The next event is letter B. A square is drawn. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds. Please, please do not put anything in the comment section. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Okay. I want you to label the events. We already did A, which we said was impossible. I want you to do B, C, and D and label them on the probability scale where they will go. We have 30 seconds. Then I will ask you guys to put that in the comment section. But for right now, please do not put it in the comment section. Got about 10 more seconds. Good morning, Miss Proctor. Glad to have you with us today. Good morning, Miss Felice. Good morning, Miss McGill. All right, so here we go. Good morning, Miss Rucker. Glad for you to have us with us this morning. We're on week 4, page 7 right now, okay? We do not need to know you're cooking bacon because you can't cook bacon. It's probably going to be burnt. But anyway, that's another conversation. Now, here we go. Letter event B. It says a square is drawn. We already have the fraction for that, which is 4 over 9, correct? So, where would you label letter B? Did you label it under unlikely? Did you label it under equally likely to occur or not occur? Or did you label it under likely? Or did you label it over certain? So please, in the comment section, put your answer. What did you label it at? Not all the answers are leak retard. Just one, sir. Just one. So for letter B, did you place it under unlikely? Did you place it under the 1/2 point? Did you place it over likely? Or did you place it over certain? Which one did you do? We're on letter B. A square is drawn. Now, I have to be honest and say, because we have two fractions that are very close. You know, we have one that's 4 over 9, and we have another one that's 5 over 9. Okay, they're very, very close. All right, they're very close. Good morning, Mr. White. Thank you for joining us, sir. So the answer that I was given that would be correct would be 1/2 point, equally likely to occur or not occur. Okay, and once again, let's be honest when I say it's a little tricky. Okay, because if you skip down to letter D, when it says a shape that is not a square, okay, the fraction was 5 over 9, okay? 5 over 9 is more than 4 over 9. So 5 over 9, which was event D, you'd had to place over what? Where would you place letter D? Because remember, you can't use the events more than once, okay? You cannot use the events more than one. So in the comment section, okay, I want you to tell me, where did you place choice or event D? See, Elizabeth said likely. Genesis said likely. Okay, Darian said likely. Okay, that is correct. You would place it over likely. Okay, so if you was confused about choice B because it was 4 over 9, then go through and do process of elimination. Okay, use process of elimination. We already knew event A was going to be impossible because there's no circle at all. Okay, when we skip down to choice D, it had the biggest fraction or the biggest percentage or the biggest probability, which is 5 over 9. Okay, so we went with choice likely, which would be correct. Okay, now for you to choose certain in this particular situation is more of like 100%. It's certainly guaranteed to occur. Okay, but we had none that was 100%. All right, so now that leaves us with choice C or event C that said a star is drawn, which is 1 over 9. 1 over 9 was the fraction. So in the comment section, the only thing left for event C was what? Did you choose unlikely or did you choose certain? Which one did you choose? For choice C, what did you choose? Unlikely or certainty? There we go. Unlikely. Good job. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Okay. So what I want you to understand about probability is this. If you're confused or you're not certain or you have doubts, go through process of elimination. Okay. We all know that a circle, event A, there was no circles. So we know that had to be impossible because there was no circles in the box. Okay. When we look at choice C, it says a star is drawn. It was only 1 out of 9. Okay. So that has to represent the unlikely. Okay. If you only have 1 out of a total of 9, it is very unlikely that you're going to choose a star. Okay. Then when you look at events B and events D, they was very close. One was 4 over 9. The next one was 5 over 9. Okay. So you have to take the biggest one, which was 5 over 9. And because that has the highest percentage or the highest probability, then it's more than likely you can get that one correct versus the one that is not. Okay. So just working on process of elimination. All right. Now, if you have color pencils or crayons, anything at home, I want you to complete number 3 while you're at home. Okay. On page 7, you're going to complete number 3 at home if you have color pencils or crayons. On the back of page 7, you have page 8, which then will ask you some questions. Okay. It will ask you some questions. So right now, what we're going to do is you're going to go down to page 9. So like I said, please just follow along with me, please. This is the back of page 7, which is 8. I want you to complete those questions. Page 9 right here gives you an exit ticket, right? It gives you an exit ticket. I'm sorry. All right. That is what I want you to also complete for your homework. Be very clear. When you complete that, you ought to take a picture and send it to me. Are we clear on that? Take a picture of page 9 when you complete it and send it to either myself or Miss Felice to get your credit. Okay? Page 9 at the top says it has an exit ticket. All you're doing is reading the events and placing them where you think they go. Okay? Same thing we just did together. That is page 9. Okay? Go on to page 10 where it says day 2. Estimating probabilities by collecting data. Okay? We're now on page 10. Okay? We're now on page 10. It says day 2. I'll blow this back up some, please. There we go. We're now on page 10. Okay. Once again, for homework, you need to make sure that everything for week 4, day 1, all of those pages, I want to say it's pages 6 through 9 or pages 5 through 9, they are to be complete. Okay. I will remind you. I put it on my page. I will put it in the story. Okay. But week 4, day 1, everything should be complete. Okay. For your homework on page 9, it says exit ticket. You are to do that. Take a picture of it and DM it to either myself or Miss Felice. Okay. Right now, we're on page 10. Week 4, day 2. We're on week 4, day 2. All right. It says a biologist collected data to answer the question, how many eggs do robins lay? The following is a frequency table of the data she collected. Okay. So in your column here, you have the number of eggs, right? So for the first egg, the robin only laid 2. So you have a tally of 2. So if you didn't know, frequency is just the number. Okay. So right here, you're going to fill in the blank with the number. This is 2. You write a 2 out here. The fifth egg, there was only 1. You write a number 1. So right quick, I want you to fill in this frequency chart right quick. It should only take you about 10 seconds. Good morning, patients. Good morning, Samuel. Glad to have y'all with us. Right now, we just started on page 10, week 4, day 2. That is where we're at. Week 4, day 2, page 10. Okay, for those of you that are just joining us. All right. So right now, I'm just telling you, you're filling out the frequency box here. Once again, frequency is just the actual number. Okay. For the first egg that was laid, there was only a tally of 2. So you write the number 2 out here. For the 5th egg, there was only 1. So you're going to write the number 1 out here. So now I need you to fill in for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th egg out here in the frequency chart. Should give you about 10 seconds. Week 4, day 2, page 10. We're on page 10. Elizabeth says she's done. Good job, patience. Give me a thumbs up when you're done before I move forward. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section, please. Okay, so let me put this up right quick. If you didn't know, then this is what you should have. Okay? You should have 2, 12, 18, 9, and 1. All right? Moving on. Moving on. That was number 1, said complete the frequency column. That's what we did. Now, number 2 says draw a dot plot of the data on the number of eggs a robin lays. So before I show you how to do that, I want to see can anyone do it themselves. It says draw a dot plot of the data on the number of eggs a robin lays. I'm not really stressing about you drawing a dot plot. Just can you draw me any type of data or graph that represents the information that is shown here? Once again, for those who are just joining us, we're on week 4, day 2, page 10. Week 4, day 2, page 10. Alright, does anyone feel comfortable about joining the live and sharing that answer, or can tell me how to draw the plot? Anyone? No one? Alright, cool. Here we go. Alright. Hopefully you can understand my writing. If not, I apologize. Okay. So at the bottom here, I just wrote the name Robin because that's what they refer to laying the eggs. Okay. That represent my, I guess just say my x-axis. Okay. Remember, x-axis is horizontal. Okay. Now, the number of eggs is going to represent my y-axis, okay? So, the tricky part, well, not even tricky, but you as an individual have to decide what units or dimensions you want to go by. I chose 5 because the smallest number was 1, the largest number was 18. So, I went 5, 10, 15, 20. That way I can cover just about everything, all right? So, for the first egg that was laid, right, there was only 2. So, if this is my 5 mark, 2 was somewhere halfway in between there. Alright? And my drawing is not that good. I do apologize. Alright? For the second egg that was laid, there was a total of 12. So this is my 10 mark. So I went up 2 more to get to 12 here. For the third egg that was laid, that was a total of 18. So right here is 20. So 18 going to be somewhere below the 20. Okay? And then for the fourth egg was laid, that was a total of 9. So I came here. And then for the fifth egg, that was a total of only 1. Okay. So yes, I could have done a better job by, I guess, writing my numbers out, giving you guys more space. But this was just a quick example of what it was going to look like. Okay. That was it. Okay. So they asked you to draw a dot plot of the data on the number of eggs and Robin lays, okay, you got to choose what's going to represent your x-axis and what represents your y-axis, okay? And then you just plot them. That's it. That is it. In the comment section, are there any questions before I move forward? There are no questions? All right, that was page 10. All right, so now, if you have the package, then you will recognize that page 11, if we go over to page 11 through 13, 11, 12, and 13 are all referring to the game of rolling dice and then writing down the probability of what numbers you can possibly land on or whatever, right? That is something we can't do here because you guys won't be able to see what, if I roll the dice, what do I have, whatever the case may be. Okay? So what I want you to do is go scroll down to page 14. Okay? I want you to scroll down to page 14. And as you see what I'm going through, there's the dice game I was referring to. You roll the dice the first time, then the second time. Okay? We're not able to do that together over the live, so we're going to have to skip through this. All right? These here are just the questions that I was going to ask you about. All right? And then we come over to the next page. That was the number of observed occurrence in the events, total number of observation, things of that nature that was still kind of referring to the dice. Okay? So we're going to go all the way down to page 14. This is where we at. And it gives you an example. Okay? It gives you an example. So let me make my screen back a little smaller. Alright. Bring that here. So once again, now we're on page 14. Okay. So please bear with me because I'm still going to move a little fast here. Okay. Trying to get the best of our time. Alright. So page 14, right? Page 14. Example. It says Cole is eating candy from a bag that consists of different colored pieces. Cole randomly picked pieces from the bag and record the number of each color in the table below. Alright. How many pieces of candy in the bag? So in this particular page, on the example page, they're giving you the answers because they want to guide you through how to do it. Okay? So how many pieces of candy in the bag? That means you're going to add up all those numbers. Okay? You're going to add up all of those numbers. Okay? You have 4 reds, 7 brown, 4 greens, 10 yellows, 7 blue, 8 orange. You're going to add up all those numbers and you get 40. Okay? We're still talking about probability. How many pieces of candy are yellow? You guys should be able to read and say, okay, yellow, there's 10. So there's going to be a 10 right there. All right? That is what they're doing now. Okay? If I go down to C, it said if Cole random selected a piece of candy from the bag, right? What is the estimated probability of Cole eating an orange piece of candy? If you go back up to the chart, there's 8 oranges, right? So remember, like we said in the do now, your top number is going to represent how many there actually are. Okay? Your bottom number, which is the denominator, represents the total. Okay? Your bottom number represents the total. All right? So I want you to write this on your paper right here so you would know. When you're talking about a fraction, okay, the top number represents the actual number they're referring to. Your denominator represents the total number that they have. Thank you, Elizabeth, for the time. Okay. All right, so that is my example. Okay, so excuse me. If you go on down to the next page, because all of those are the same, okay? If you go down to page 15 where it says your turn, all right? 15 says your turn. And that is where we're going to be at, your turn, all right? It says a student brought a very large jar of animal crackers to share with students in class. Rather than count and sort all the different types of crackers, the students randomly chose 20 crackers and found the following counts for the different types of animal crackers. You can give your answer as a fraction, decimal, or percent. All those 3 options, things you guys should know how to do. All right. Now, for here, they already gave you the total number of 20. All right. So go down to number 1. If a student randomly selects a cracker from a large jar, what is your estimate for the probability of selecting a lion? Okay, so I want you guys to take, I'm going to give you a minute and a half to do questions 1, 2, and 3. You have a minute and a half to do questions 1, 2, and 3. Do not put anything in the comment section. Okay, you can give me your answer as a fraction, decimal, or percent. It does not matter. Okay, but you're doing problems 1, 2, and 3. We're on page 15. Week 4, day 2, page 15. Amani, do not put any answers in the comment section. You're doing problems 1, 2, and 3. All right, let me bring this here down so you can see where we're at. And I'm going to blow this up some for those who... There we go. Now, in the comment section right quick, please listen up. Remember we talked about on Monday, right? What must you do before you submit your answer as a fraction? You must always make sure the fraction has been done what? In the comment section, please let me know. What must occur to a fraction before you submit your answer? You need to always make sure the fraction has been, thank you, Ms. Blyther, Imani, simplified. Good job, good job. So, for number one now, okay, in the comment section, put your answer. What is the probability of selecting a lion? For number one, what is the probability of selecting a lion? What is your answer? We're on question number one. So the correct answer will be 1 over 10. Good job. Okay, 1 over 10. All right, good job. For number two, what is your estimate for the probability of selecting a monkey? What is the We're on question number two now. What is the probability of selecting a monkey? What would you get? The correct answer will be 1 over 5. That is correct. That is correct. And for number three, I already seen Darian say, well, when they asked about a rabbit, there's no rabbits. You're correct. There are no rabbits. So if there are not any rabbits available, what would be your percentage? What would be your percentage? For number three. This is what you should have on your paper. That is what you should have on your paper, okay? And if you notice for 1 and 2, I wrote down the fraction first, okay? Just to have an idea. And then I made sure my fraction was simplified before I submitted my answer. Okay? So listen up to me right quick before you guys log off, okay? For homework, you need to make sure for week 4, day 2, week 4, day 1 is complete. So matter of fact, yes, here we go. For homework, you need to make sure that you have week 4, day 1, and day 2 complete for homework. Week 4, day 1, and day 2 complete for homework. All right. Also, you need to have week 4, day 1 exit ticket and the day 2 exit ticket complete. Okay. That is page 9 and page 18. I'm going to put this on my page to remember you so you can know what you're supposed to do. Okay. You need to go on Clever on Edulastic. There is still an exit ticket that needs to be complete. Okay. Your homework recognized to make sure week 4, day 1, and day 2 are done. You need to also take a picture of your exit ticket for day 1 and day 2. Okay. You have a nice day too, Ms. Blyther. If you guys have any questions, please shoot me a DM, myself or Miss Felice. Okay. Good morning, Miss Simmons. All right. Make sure you guys shoot myself or Miss Felice a DM. Your homework and your exit ticket I will post shortly on my page so you guys will know for sure what to do. Alright, please remember, it is very essential. That's our word we use right now. If it's not essential, it's not important. It is essential right now that you send me pictures of your exit ticket and complete your homework. Okay? That is where the majority of your grades come from, not just from you logging into the live. Alright? If you don't have any questions or concerns, you may log off and have a nice day.